Good afternoon. My name is Jim Conlan and welcome to the latest episode of our entertainment show. As you know, in part 3 of our entertainment show each week, we premiere a new movie or TV series that is debuting here in Ireland and the UK, and especially here in Ireland. And up for discussion this week, it's been called Die Hard at a Wedding in terms of its description. It's an all-action type of movie called The Best Man. It's coming to our TV screens here in Ireland on April the 28th. It's a blockbuster film, including the stars such as Dolph Lundgren, Fehr, Nicky Whelan, Scott Taylor-Thompson, Luke Wilson, Andrea Ivinchenko, and King Orba. And our special guest this evening, the one and only Chris Mullinax, who plays the character Chuck. And is that a fair description in terms of Die Hard at a Wedding, or is it a bit more than that?
That's pretty fair. First of all, Jim, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And no, I would say that was pretty spot on. I mean, it's there's a lot goes on at this wedding. What's interesting about this movie, Jim, is it was very well written. It all takes place in one resort, which was really cool. And I'll get into that in a minute on how all the cast members got to be unified and got to spend a lot of time with each other simply because we was always shooting in this one big resort. It's pretty awesome the way it was, but the stories about, my character gets himself in trouble with some guys and with some money, and they're going to come and take revenge at his daughter's wedding. And he's a very wealthy guy, and he rents this whole big resort, and so it's a big elaborate wedding that they're putting on, and unbeknownst to him, these guys are crashing it. And so once it starts, it really starts. So.
And tell us, I presume Dolph Lundgren is the best man, dare I say, in terms of the butt kicking, the ass kicking sort of style. Is he based into?
Yeah, he's a pretty tough guy. Now the best man is played by Luke.
Okay.
Well, and which does a fantastic job. I mean, I was so fortunate to work with this cast. Everybody that was casted just did a phenomenal job and was definitely into their character the whole time we was there. And I'm gonna get off by saying, out of all the movies that I've done, Jim, this was probably the most fun I've ever had on set, and it was probably because we all stayed together. We didn't have the star trailers and all this stuff on location, so they actually put us up in a room in this big resort, and we all kind of migrated to the same room. So when we wasn't shooting, we was all just sitting there talking and reading lines together and discussing our character, and we got to know each other so well. We would actually go out at night, and I mean, it's like we spent a month together. And so it just made it play out well. I really enjoyed that part of it. But going back to what you asked me, Luke played the best man, and Nicky Whelan played my daughter that was getting married. And then Dolph actually played one of the guys that was there to protect, that actually worked for my character and needed to protect the best man. So.
Okay, and dare I say, in terms of your own character, Chuck, is he a bit of a chancer, a bit of a codger? Has he rolled the dice maybe one too many times in terms of his luck, and is it all coming back to bite him in the ass in terms of all the people he cares about and love? Has he sort of maybe played with these fortunes and a bit too much, dare I say?
Well, Chuck actually is he's been very successful, okay, and he's a billionaire that's I don't want to give too much of the movie away, but he's worth a lot of money. He really loves his daughters. His daughters is what he lives for, and these people seem to know that about Chuck, and they know that if they're ever going to have any chance of getting their money back, they're going to have to go after Chuck's family to get it. Now, Chuck is, Chuck, he stays drunk a lot. He drinks a lot in this movie, so I have to play the role of a drunk, and then I have to play the role of he gets humbled real fast, and then he gets mad, and then he's begging, so this character, he's really all over the place, and that's what I liked about it so much, because you have to bring so much emotion for this character, because his two daughters are two different people. I mean, his one daughter has a champagne taste and the other daughter don't, and I don't know if I'm describing it right to you, but this character is all over the place. He's a very confident guy. He's a rough, edgy old guy that's made it in life, and he knows what he wants, and he gets what he wants, and he expects what he wants. He's the man.
And I suppose, Chris, with all these sort of good action, sort of intense movies, all the terrorists throughout these movies, they all seem to meet violent deaths in any sort of these movies that I see. Is that the same for the best man in terms of how somebody is there creative in terms of how some of these terrorists meet their demise in terms of their deaths?
Well, I think I heard you. I was having a hard time hearing you right there, Jim.
Yeah, so I was just saying, in these type of movies, the bad guys, the terrorists, they always seem to meet untimely deaths and unsavory sort of deaths in terms of blood and sort of gore and creative sort of deaths. Is that the same with the sort of the best man, or there's some sort of death scenes there that are, dare I say, a bit compelling sort of viewing?
Yeah, these guys, if I'm understanding you correctly, these guys know what they want, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get what they want. I have no problem doing whatever it takes to get what they want, and they're very professional. They have a really good plan to be able to succeed at what they want. It's not like they're just crashing a party. These guys have planned this thing out pretty well, and that's what makes it so interesting in on how strategic they are to get what they want. So.
And the fight scenes, in terms of this sort of movie, the action scenes, the sort of the shooting sort of scenes, are they fairly sort of intense? Are they sort of fairly sort of dare I say, sort of point blank in your face type of sequences?
They're very intense, and they're very well thought out. These guys actually bring in the teams that work with these guys, and that the people like Dolph and the people like Luke that kind of work with them a lot to be able to show them exactly where they need to be before the stunt guy comes in and takes over. So that's how intense these fight scenes are. They're I've seen a lot of fight scenes, but these here are second to none. And they take it very serious. These stunt guys come in and they work hard to work with the actors to be able to pull off what they pull off. So, and the fight scenes in this movie are very intense.
Okay. And Chris Mullinax, I believe it's a busy time for you at the moment in terms of other projects in the pipeline. You're going to have a good few projects in 2023 that might make their way across the pond here to viewers here in Ireland and the UK.
Yeah, we as a matter of fact, I just got off of a movie, Jim. We shot, I finished it up. I think we finished about 3 weeks ago. We were out in New Mexico with this same group. Shane Taylor, which directed the movie The Best Man, is fabulous. Daniel Zarelli, which wrote The Best Man, is fantastic. But I just come off this movie with called The Christmas Classic that we shot in New Mexico, and we just finished it up because we had to have the snow, for the Christmas, and the snow was running out, so we was pushed real hard to get it done. And matter of fact, they was going to push this movie a year, but the distribution companies wanted it so bad, they said, no, we got to get it going now so we can have this thing out in November. So it was kind of a rush to get there, but it was so well written and so well directed, and the crew out there was so good. that it just made it flawless, just like in The Best Man. This is a great group to work with. I can't say enough about Shane Taylor. He's just fantastic. He's an actor, director, knows what he wants and knows how to treat you to get what he wants out of you, you know. So but I got that movie coming out in November, which I'm excited. It's kind of a family movie, a little bit of a comedy to it. I have two daughters in that movie as well, and the two daughters really don't get along very well, and they're in this competition with each other. So it's kind of fun. And then I got a movie that I'm attached to that is going in May, which is called The Tower with Adam Segal, which I've done a few movies with Adam already before. I've done The Chariot and a couple more with him, and he's fantastic. He's a writer director. And then I got, I got another Western that I'm doing. And like I mentioned to you before, the reason I look like I do now is because I'm getting ready to play a character in a Western. So that's going to be going soon. And I've just been really blessed, to be honest with you, to be able to get to work and play the characters and be able to work with the talent that I've been able to work with.
Okay. And Chris Mullinax, to finish up for the final 30 seconds, you might enlighten our viewers, our listeners, why they should go out to the cinemas en masse on April the 28th to watch The Best Man, and what's in store for them?
Well, I would encourage everyone to. Out of all the movies that I've done, I've been so excited to be on pins and needles about this one coming out because it's just so well written. The characters were so played so well. The actors did such a good job, and the director did a great job. And it's just got a lot of action. It's a nonstop movie. There's always something happening. I think it's going to be easy to follow, and it's just entertaining, So I would encourage everyone to go out and see it.
On that note, Chris Mullinax, thanks for joining us this evening on the airways to promote The Best Man. You played the character Chuck, the father of the bride in The Best Man, out in cinemas on April 28th. An all-star cast including Luke Wilson and Dolph Lundgren. But for the moment, Chris Mullinax, stay safe, take care, and God bless.
God bless you. Thank you so much.